All right, everybody, it is time for the NBA draft lottery. Chris, you ready? You
Ready,
excited?
ready. Let's do this.
We decided to go on a little bit early. Like we were here and we just thought to ourselves, like, this is a quick thing. You remember last year, Chris, how it was like, all right, we're going to talk for 15 minutes and for the lottery. And then all of a sudden it was like the first 8 and the second 8, it was like brah, 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 like so fast. I think there's 14, right? So it just went so fast, and all of a sudden the Lions were 5, and it was over. And you're just like,
Yeah. Well, the Pistons. The
what?
Pistons. You said the
Why did I
Lions were
say
five.
Lions? Oh
That's
my
okay.
goodness!
Um,
Hold on.
there we go, baby. Getting the. Here's what's crazy.
Too
Since
many Lions videos.
since last December, it's been
Yeah.
like, okay, Pistons suck. And you wait till this moment right here. Like it's been 6 months of we knew the Pistons were
Oh, bring it
not going to
back.
be good. And are we? What's our next moment to get it going? So,
Yeah.
we're
I
here
don't
for that.
even think it was since December. It was the moment we heard Cade was hurt.
Yep.
Oh, Cade's hurt. Sweet. What pick are we in the top 5? I need to know, and I need to know right
Wins
now.
the lottery because then we'll watch and see if we can get. So Craig, let's just. I've been dying to
We'll do
know
some
your
breakdowns.
thoughts. Well,
Oh, okay,
what,
got it. We'll do breakdowns at 8. We'll start telling everybody when we could pick and stuff.
yeah, I want to know as a Pistons fan, just
That
where
I am.
like state of the union, state of a Pistons fan right now. Where you at?
Okay, where I'm at, I think is completely different where a lot of Pistons fans are. Don't get me wrong, the Pistons were hard to watch this year.
Yeah.
At times, it was really hard when you combine Cade being out, plus other injuries, plus the losses. It was hard, but we have a top 5 pick. We have a top 5 pick, and there are 4 players that I think we could draft that would absolutely take this team to another level.
Okay.
And all I want next year, I don't need to see 40 wins, 42 wins, or anything like that. Just give me within like shouting distance.
That's right.
Just something. But there is a ton of talent on this team. All the
Okay.
people that are watching right now, I guarantee you every one of them, it's different. It's a different player for each and every one of them. But some of them are going to love Stewart. Some of them are going to love Jalen Duren. I mean, like, how can you not? The dude is a man child, right? Some of them are going to love Jaden Ivey. Some of them are going to love Cade. And some of them are going to love 2, 3, or 4 of them. Like, there's a lot of talent on this team. So, no, they haven't been winning. They're young. It's not that far away. I'm very excited about the team in the future. Very.
Okay. Perfect. That's the tough part because we expected a little something, just a little more last year, but at the same
A little more
time,
juice this year, right? Yeah.
what did we really expect? So now it's like, let's go. We have a
We
top 5
expected Cade
pick.
to be healthy.
Yeah. And really
Yeah.
we have an opportunity to have a top 3 pick. Let's be really honest. And then I mean that first pick is like we're not even really talking about it because we don't even really want to get too juiced about it because it's like I don't even want to get let down too much. I just want to pretend like we're not going to get them. There we go. Let break this down for us, please.
And we'll do it again, I think, when we get closer. So here's what everybody talks, and it's like, what pick do you think we're going to land? If you were going to Vegas and throwing down a bet on what pick the Pistons would land, you obviously would say number 5. We have a 48% chance of landing number 5,
Sure.
which is just nuts to me the way the lottery works. Like, we are the worst team, and yet the best odds we have to pick is 5th. Since the lottery came in, it's been a long time since the worst team has gotten the first pick. We took advantage of that when we had Cade. We were not the worst.
That's right.
But we were one of the teams that had an equal shot at it. So here's the way it goes. The ping pong balls are drawn. The top or how do I want to put this? The worst 3 teams have equal odds at pick 1 through 4.
Okay.
Completely equal. Every team has a 14% chance at 1, 13.4 at 2, 12.7 at 3, and 12% at 4. All of that, they have a 52. Every single team in the top 3 has a 52.1% chance of picking in the top 4. And then We have a 48% chance, 47.9 to be exact, at 5. And the reason for that is you can't drop more than, they say 5 slots, but by my math, that's 4, right? Slots lower than where your record was. So that's how we have an advantage over Houston and San Antonio. We're not dropping beyond 5. We're not.
Yeah.
So, and I'm telling you right now, I don't know who's going to get the first pick. I don't know. And here's another thing for everybody to watch. Just like in past years, you can start figuring out where the Pistons might pick or how far they could fall. As you're looking at this, how many of these teams back here, New Orleans, Toronto, Oklahoma City, Chicago, Dallas, if they start not being in their spot, because either they jump all the way up or they don't, then you can realize, like, we might be in trouble. Right? Because, like, for example, look at New Orleans. They're slotted to pick 14. If they don't get, if their name isn't 14, they're a top 4 pick. With Toronto, if you don't hear their name at 14 or 13, they're a top 4 pick. Do you see how there's this area of nothingness right here? So if all of a sudden you start realizing New Orleans, Toronto, Oklahoma City, Chicago, Dallas, Utah, if you're not hearing their name, then all of a sudden you start realizing, like, that's not good for the odds for the Pistons. Yeah.
So I was just watching some TV while you were talking there. Wemby.
Great.
Yeah, sorry. One of my favorite plays, Craig, of his was,
I know what you're going to say.
He did a fadeaway step back 3, misses it. It's like, oh, who's going to grab the rebound? It's him. Put back dunk. Dude. Like, in the comments, let me know your favorite play. Or it's unbelievable, to the point, like we said, where you're just like, I don't even want to really think about it. I just want to watch and not get my emotions into it. But it's too late. They're already in.
It's too late. Yeah, it's too late. I'm trying to find a picture for everybody right now. If you want to know,
well, first of all,
how big,
like,
if you just want to know how big is Victor Wembanyama, how about we just, I'm just gonna
pull it up,
show everybody one more here.
And by the way, I've never seen anyone just take a step back from like the block. He's on at the block, posting up, and he's like, actually, I'm gonna shoot a 3. I'm gonna step back, take a 3 from. He'll be in the paint and step back and take a 3.
He will.
He's like,
yeah, no big deal.
You know what? I'm gonna step back here. I don't really want to. I didn't want to get into the paint too much. Woj is solid for just being a guy with some glasses. You can trust him so much.
Oh, you can trust him. Yeah,
you can trust that guy.
Are you seeing this picture?
So
that's Rudy Gobert, who is 7'1". He is the tallest player in the NBA from the moment he gets to the NBA, Victor Wembanyama.
Unbelievable.
And you think about other guys who are in that 7'4", 7'5" range. I mean, you're talking Yao Ming.
Yeah.
Like that 7'4" and higher. I've never seen anything like this. The closest thing to this is Kristaps Porzingis.
Yep.
But when you watch his highlights, he's taking guys off the dribble. He's going between the legs, behind the back, fadeaways. He's doing a lot of the 1-foot 3-pointers. Just all these ridiculous things that nobody at that height should be able to do. Very few people can do it, period. Nobody at 7'4".
No, and really the injury stuff, for whatever reason, Chet last year was like, well, forget this. And of course, one day into his NBA career, he's injured. He does not have, I don't know what it is. I don't know what, it's fluid motion. I don't know why, but you just don't have those concerns. And now he's bigger. He's way bigger. He's bigger than anything we've seen. So could he get injured? Of course, but it's not the automatic. Yeah, Chet, man. Chet, you're going down. It's not.
He also weighs 30 pounds more than Chet already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean, he's listed at 220, but
really, for being that tall, he doesn't look skinny as a rail by any means.
Agreed.
He just, I don't know. It's just it's it's so interesting to watch his highlights because you're like, you haven't seen that on a basketball court. Your eyes aren't really sure what you're looking at, and it's wild.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. We can
Yep.
talk about Wembanyama for our entire lives here. Do we want to talk, because I think a lot of Detroit Nation is feeling like, you know what? I don't know if we're going to get the number one pick. And odds say we have an 86% chance at not getting the number one pick.
Sure.
So should we talk about what life looks like if we don't get number one, or do we wait till we don't get number one?
No, talk through. I guess I would like to know if we don't get, let's say we have the number 2 pick, who would you want us to take at if we had the number 2 pick?
You're asking me a very difficult question. And I think for most people, it's an easy answer. It's this, right? It's on the bottom of your screen. Jesse said it's Wemby, Miller, or bust. And I know there's a lot of people. I mean, like, hey, Lance said the same thing. If not number one, should go for Miller, put him at the 3 slot. Completely agree. Here's the only thing that I struggle with. There's another player that I like a lot. And I'm struggling to decide with some of the off-field stuff with Brandon Miller. And I don't know if the NBA world and me is just a little more shy about it because of everything that's happening with John Morant. Right? Like, like he had this happen with the gun, he gets suspended, and then just yesterday it happens again. And now who knows what that punishment's going to look like. And so Brandon Miller is a completely different scenario. I totally get that. But I'm not even talking about off court. I'm talking about on court. There's a guy down here by the name of Cam Whitmore. If you haven't watched this guy, go watch this dude. He's 2 inches shorter than Brandon Miller. He's 25 pounds and 2 years younger than Brandon Miller. He is very athletic. He can shoot. He doesn't shoot at the same clip as Miller right now, but his 3-point percentage is 34.5 or something like that. But his catch and shoot is 40%. So he has the 3. It's there. I think he already is a considerably better defender. He's stronger, and he's a much better athlete / finisher at the rim, and he's better at creating his own shot. I almost like Whitmore more than Miller. I would almost put Whitmore at that 3. Like I'd move him up to my number 3, and I still would keep Scoot at number 2. On like this tier thing that we're looking at here.
And unanimously, kind of as we've done videos, people are just like, yeah, Thompson twins, nah, I'm good. Like not just totally trashing them, but also they're not like, oh man, I don't know. There's not a lot of good things about.
I know why. I think there's a ton of good things.
Okay.
They are. I do. I think there's a lot of good things. I like when you watch them play athletically, especially Amen Thompson is athletically, when you watch film, it's just stupid. Like he jumps off the page at you. I struggle because he is not a negative shooter. He's a non-shooter.
Yeah. So,
he has 0 shot. He shot 28% from 3, and it's ugly, and it doesn't look, and it's not like, oh yeah, no. He missed, and when you're watching people shoot threes, are they missing short? Are they missing long? Or are they missing left and right? Or are they just missing unbelievably horribly? Brick City. And that's the Thompson brothers, unfortunately.
Here we go. Here's one for you. Whoops, lost it. So Doc Rivers is out there. We've been trying to figure out who our next coach is going to be. And that seems.
I know who I want.
Who do you want?
Monty Williams. Phoenix Suns. I do.
Yeah.
I do. I should get rid of this while we're talking coaches. I don't know where you're at. Like, I feel like Monty Williams, he has a history with Troy Weaver. And just some tragic stuff happened. He was an assistant coach with the Thunder when Weaver was there, and he left. Tragic stuff in his personal life. That's really hard. But he came back. He's been a head coach at 2 different occasions. When he went to the Suns, he took them from the laughing stock, and they had Booker. And then remember, they did that thing in the bubble where they learned how to win, and then they get Chris Paul, and then they get to the NBA Finals, and then there's some disappointment there. But I think like it's hard to blame Monty Williams for that full on. Like part of that's on Chris Paul. I mean, he's injured at this time every single year. Like I understand it's not great, but he is kind of a player's coach, but also his offensive sets are unbelievable. He has a Suns team that was consistently top 5 and top 10 in defense and offensive ratings. Like, dude, all day. Doc Rivers, do it. That's fine. But Doc Rivers is really good at inheriting phenomenal teams and underperforming with them.
Well said. That's right. And yeah, and I would love to see us get back to, I mean, again, we're not going to be the bad boys. We're not going to be the 04 Pistons, but just some sort of sense of our identity and just like what we're doing. That's right, baby. Just, kind of, it just felt like and part of it's just because we weren't good. So that's hard to get behind and stuff. But man, just, we get behind the guys and you really know their roles. And that's the biggest thing that we had in the bad boys era, in the 04 Pistons. And that whole run, you had guys with specific roles. It was defined. They knew it. Yep. We knew it. We knew when, Eldon Campbell was coming off the bench.
Yeah, we knew.
Those 4 minutes. It was
set your clock to it.
Yep. And, there's just, and then, and this guy put it here too. And you're seeing it with the Lakers a little bit more, like defense, just that someone just to raise the bar defensively. Like, let's get a little nasty. Just, I don't know. You want to see us have
your coaches. You get Wembanyama, you're going to be a great defensive team.
Oh my gosh, Cade's. How long is that team if we get Wemby? It's just,
seriously, with Wemby and Duran and Cade, and like it's so. All right, I have a question for you. I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this. It says, but there are currently 5 job openings, and we'll likely get left over with whatever everyone else doesn't want, assuming we don't land number 1. Do you agree with that?
No, I think we're one of the best openings. Are we not? We're young. We're up and coming. I just feel like you like you said about Doc Rivers, where he inherits a good team. There's a lot of pressure, whatever. It's like, man, the trajectory is only up for us. So I don't think that's necessarily true. Christopher, great name.
Yeah. Nice, Chris. I think I'm with you. I understand if a coach might want to chase whatever's happening in Philly or Phoenix. Behind that, like I would love the idea of all this young talent. Like, Cade's good, especially if it's Wemby. And it's just like you would love to be part of this that could be for the next decade.
This just tickled me here.
Oh, jeez.
Is there
as long as we don't make him GM?
Oh my gosh, is there a more strange guy? Like he's very thoughtful. He likes to talk. It's all very good. It's just like, but I'm not seeing. Oh, terrible.
I don't know what is happening. So yeah. So here's what Chris also says: Bucks, Philly, Suns, maybe Toronto, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. And I just don't know what direction they're going to go. It would seem really weird for Milwaukee, Philly, Phoenix to go with a coach that got fired for the exact same reason they fired their coach, which is we have a phenomenal roster and a phenomenal team, but they couldn't get us over the hump.
Yeah.
And with the Bucks, Budenholzer did win a title. And so that one was unique for sure. That's a roster problem more than anything. I think in Milwaukee, they're old. They're starting to get injured quite a bit. It's just rough.
Nick Nurse, we were just talking about him. Kind of interesting. Full circle there with Dwayne Casey. Kind of.
What do you think Dwayne would think about that?
Hey, Dwayne. We got your
Remember
boy
when
Nick.
I took your job in Toronto?
And I'm taking it again. What's up?
It's mine again.
Yeah, here I am. Van. Oh, geez. It's just
Jeff, right?
yeah. Oh, that
Just one of my favorite things is watching Jeff Van Gundy just get so mad every single game he announces during the NBA playoffs. It's
yes,
hilarious
it
how mad that
is.
guy is all the time.
Isn't that funny? He's just. Oh yeah, that is a great. I never. Oh, I didn't notice that till you said it, and I know exactly what you mean.
He's so
All at the
angry.
same time.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
Stan Van Gundy's just like all happy and having the time of his life, which I
Yep.
didn't expect. I thought he'd be angry.
Um, what's your clock say on your TV? Mine's at 10 minutes in the bottom left corner.
Mine's at 10:08. Uh-oh.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna pause. I'll pause it.
Hold on one second.
All right.
I'm at 9:53.
Okay, perfect. I'm at 9:47.
45, 44, 43.
Perfect. Okay.
So we're within 2 seconds. It's fine.
All right, cool, man. This is yep, this is what we remember last year. It's just they're gonna draw it out to about 8:15, and then it is just bang, 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 bang. And we just get going. Dude.
Okay. All right. Here's a comment. Chris, you can have first shot at this. Says, wouldn't mind Kevin Ollie if Monty Williams goes elsewhere. This is kind of polarizing, the whole Kevin Ollie thing.
Yeah.
Do you like it? Don't you? And I would love to hear from a couple of other people too. But what do we think about Kevin Ollie to the Pistons, if that's a thing?
Kevin Ollie, I guess I just don't get it. I just don't get it. We know his history comes into Connecticut, UConn, and it's just like takes them. He's like a 7th seed, takes them to the finals, wins it all. It's like, what? And then from there, they just steadily kind of decline, and then he's kind of been out of it ever since. And it's like, maybe I just don't get it. I'm not connected in enough NBA circles to really understand that. That's all I'm at. I just don't get it. I haven't heard his name in 8 years, and now all of a sudden he's going to be our coach, like, or he's interviewing. I just don't get it.
I feel like it's a lot of trust in the interview. It just seems like a really difficult coach to say, we're going to give you this young team, teach them how to play basketball.
We're at a pivotal point in our franchise, like the most pivotal point in our franchise. Here you go. Let's see what we can do. Oh,
that's not the one I was going to.
Go hit me with it.
No, I just think it's funny. Like, he's been on the sideline before, He's definitely been there. Oh, dang, Josh.
T, you the man.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, man. Hey, by the way, Craig, real quick, and then you go. Yeah. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody watching from? Hit us with the location. We love the location. Where are you in Michigan? Are you in in Florida? Hit us. All right, go ahead, Craig.
Montana. Right? Like, all right, so here's one. Chauncey traded to Denver was my last season watching, LOL, but you're here. Like, you're here, so there's something about this that intrigues you. You want to see what's going to happen, and I respect that. Chauncey Billups, can he coach?
Don't know.
I mean, he's in Portland. Can he coach? Like, I don't know.
Indiana. There's always
we got an LA. Guy. Always a Florida guy.
Always.
Yep. 2. Oh, okay.
Saginaw.
Chris is in Orlando. He figured it out. I'm from Saginaw, but I'm going to go down to Orlando.
Yep. Nice move, Chris. Nice move. Great. Las Vegas. Appreciate you. Fort Worth, Jackson.
Hey, say hi to Jameson Williams for us.
Yeah, he's there. He is there partying harder than ever.
He went there immediately after getting busted for gambling.
Oh no. My gosh.
Oh my goodness. Whoops.
He's got the jaw. I don't know. What am I saying? Oh, look at this. I don't believe you, but I appreciate that.
Just a dad who likes gaming from the Middle East. Unless he means Middle East, like, what would the Middle East be? Like Virginia?
Yeah, kind
No,
of
no, no. I
West
understand
Virginia.
Middle East. I know Middle East, what you could be saying, like the actual Middle East, but what would Middle East America be? Would it
Middle East.
be, because we're the technically Midwest, which makes little sense. Middle East, would that be Pennsylvania? Would that be
Yeah,
Virginia?
I
What?
was saying Washington D.C. That's too
Yep.
far east. That's more Middle East. I think you're on it. I think it's Virginia. I think it's West Virginia.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
always struggled with the term Middle East or Midwest or something like that, because we're not that's you can't be middle and a location. Like, just middle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now I'm currently. Hey,
Oh,
appreciate you.
thank you for serving, man.
Yes, I
Appreciate you.
get it. I thought you were goofing around, and you are not. You're actually. Oh wow, that
You're
took a
there.
turn.
But
I didn't.
that took a turn, and
I
we're
didn't expect
thankful.
that. Oh
Look at
man,
us just being ignorant over here.
jeez. Yep, you're right. I'm talking Ja. I'm comparing Ja to Jameson. Let's not do that. Let's not do. I
No,
appreciate
no,
it.
no, no, no,
No,
no,
no.
no, 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 no,
Craig,
no.
what's your prediction? Everybody throw your prediction in. If you had to bet $5,000, what pick are the Detroit Pistons going to get tonight?
Well, I told you mathematically which pick we're getting. Right? Like I told you if you have to put money down in Vegas, and we can show this, you're saying fifth.
See, why
But
is our
I'm feeling 2 or 4. I'm feeling an even number.
I'm feeling 3. Dang it.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Number 2. Okay. Yep.
Actually,
All right.
number 2 might be the worst place to be. Actually, it wouldn't be, because you could trade back.
Everybody thinks the Spurs are getting one, and I think it's just name recognition. What is it? Just I don't know.
I think Popovich. I think you give Spurs. They've done so well for so many years. You just want to reward the Spurs. I think I'm not this guy who actually believes that the number 1 pick is given to certain teams. I think everybody's a conspiracy theorist, right?
I'm with you.
I just think it's completely random. I really do feel that way. And because the Pistons have had things go completely well for them, and they've had complete sucktastic luck at the same time.
Yeah. And I just want to believe that it's not rigged. I mean, come on. I don't.
Let's just let it. And if it is rigged, I'm thankful for it when it was rigged.
For Cade. Yeah. I'm thinking, let's go, Justin. It's time to start talking that we're going to get the number 1 pick. That's how I'm going to be here, Craig, for the next 15 minutes. We
are going to wish it and talk it and pray it into existence.
Dear Lord. Whatever you will have, we'll be fine.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, like you can't actually, I will admit there has been a couple of times where I have prayed for an outcome of a game.
Yep.
Even in the little things he wants to hear.
Right.
And as we're doing this, we've got, the reveal's in 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I'll turn my volume up. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, I don't see him in there right now. This is the drawing room. That's interesting. Big Ben's going to be somewhere. I mean, like, we're sending
our guy.
Ben Wallace, right? I heard we sent Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, interesting guy. He gets a lot of camera time for a guy that doesn't seem too comfortable in front of the camera, but
it's because he's loved, man.
Yeah, I know. Oh, absolutely. The guy,
it's like Barry Sanders. Does Barry Sanders look comfortable in front of a camera?
Exactly. That's a great. What's it called? Comp. That's a great comp over, because it's like they're legends, and it's like, we do have, it is Ben Wallace. Oh my gosh.
Well, he was the guy. He was the guy that was representing us for number 1. And then the next year we were supposed to get 3. We dropped to 5. We had Rip Hamilton there. So we're like, oh, Rip, you're not coming back.
No.
And you can't go with Chauncey because he's coaching at Portland. You can't go with Tayshaun because he's somewhere in the front office somewhere. I don't know where. So it's just like, we'll go back to Ben.
Now,
we've sent Isaiah Thomas. That's never worked for us. Joe Dumars. No.
My nervousness level from 0 to 10 is gone from a 0 to a 3. I'm starting to feel it here. It's
I'm at a
starting to get
6.
okay. I'm at a 6. Oh, that guy Bobby Webster. Get out of
I
here.
love
1%
when people
chance.
like, okay, this is the stuff I love. Oklahoma City sends Nick Collison. Chicago Bulls send Dalen Terry, who's another young player for them. Like the people that guys are sending, it's just hilarious who they send.
Yeah.
Colin Sexton's there for the Jazz. Like let's just see who's here for each of these. Current guard Wes Unseld Jr. The head coach is there for Washington. That's not
Appreciate you.
Tyrese Halliburton, the leader of the Pacers, is there for the Pacers. That's good juju, I think. Jamal Mosley, the head coach for the Magic, is there. I always think it's weird when they send a head coach or GM. I used to think it was weird when they didn't send a head coach or GM.
The poor Magic. Like, what are you doing?
Brandon Roy, you remember how good he was before the knees? Mark Williams, like sending their 8th best player.
Yeah. Hey, Hornets. What's up, man? Hey,
Spurs
Peter.
managing partner.
What is that?
Ime Udoka. Look at Ben.
Oh, let's go. Dude, number 1 pick. What's up? We got it. We did it. Congratulations.
You do not want to mess with that guy. Doesn't he just like when you see him, it's just like, dude knows. He knows what he looks like. He knows what he's doing.
Nervousness level up to a 5. What's everybody's prediction? What pick are we going to get? Here we go.
More nervous watching this guy walk the cards up. He looks so nervous. And the guy behind him's walking like.
Hey, Craig. So the ping pong balls have already been done, right? Like,
yeah, it's over.
Okay.
It's the cards. It's just time to open the envelopes, baby.
Here we go.
Oh, Tatum. I like Mark Tatum.
Yeah. He's making.
And here we are going to sprint through the top 7 or the top.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Hold on.
Here we go. Pull that baby up. Good.
Come on, Toronto.
Just Toronto,
yes.
And then we're fine. Yep.
All right, Oklahoma City. Come on.
That's how it should go.
Oklahoma City. We want Oklahoma City because otherwise they've jumped to the top 4, which means we're more likely 5. Yes.
This is unbelievable.
No surprises. Come on, Chicago. Don't mess with us, Chicago.
This is Chicago, 100%. Guarantee it. I guarantee
Stop it.
This.
No, you did it.
No. Orlando. Sorry.
Why are they that far back? They're in the worst possible spot. They had a 0.2% chance of getting that. Be Dallas. All right.
We're back on schedule.
Stay there.
Now, what about
Stay
now?
there, Utah.
Is it going to be Chicago now? Or it can't be?
No, it can't be. They can't. Chicago gets to keep their pick. They're in the top 4 now.
Okay.
All right. It was Utah. That's good. Now we want Washington. All right. Now we want Indiana. We don't want everybody else in the division to get good picks and not us.
Are you going to pass out? Tell me when.
It's Indiana. This is good. Charlotte.
Dude, not
Portland.
5. Dude, we can't get 5, okay? Here comes 5.
All right, here's 5. Don't be us. All right,
Don't
it's Orlando.
Be 5, dude. Don't
be 5. No! Dang it.
Why?
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
5.
Oh, okay.
That hurt real bad.
I thought I was going to be the one being calm.
Why? Dude.
I thought I was the one who was going to be calm.
Yep. I thought for sure. Commercial break. Good.
Oh.
Really good.
Like I was going to be the one. I had my speech and I even said it like beforehand, prepared on which player I liked a lot at 5. But it still sucks when you hear it.
I was thinking we would definitely be, top 3. It was just a matter of let's just kind of get through this formalities here real quick. And, man, unbelievable.
You know what the worst part about it is? Cal's already texted me because now the Bulls get to keep their pick. They're not supposed to keep their pick. but they're
Oh,
gonna be able to keep their pick. They could have jumped all the way to 1. They're all excited, and we just, you know what? I said earlier, I'm the guy who believes that it's not rigged. It's rigged.
yep, it's rigged.
It's rigged. It's rigged. Look, I hear this, the punishment for tanking, but here's the thing. Houston tanked, San Antonio tanked, Charlotte tanked, Portland tanked, or everybody tanked.
Yeah.
Indiana tanked. Like,
wow. It's man, that hurts. That hurts bad. That stings.
it's pick 5 2 years in a row when we were the 3rd and worst team in the league.
Yep. You just want
well, it gives us more to talk about in the channel. A lot more possibilities on players to pick.
Yep. Who's going to get number 1? Everyone's saying the Spurs. So if it's truly the Spurs get 1, I'll be like, all right, I'll shut up about it being rigged. It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't believe we got 5. Like, all emotion just ran right out of my.
Now, if I would love a statistic or somebody like with stats, like what I can't think of it, a mathematician where they do probabilities. Thank you. Where
You're welcome.
if we're the worst team, 5th is the most likely option. That doesn't make sense to me. I just don't like the way it's done. Obviously, I'm coming off of this freshly getting the 5th pick. I just don't like how if you're the worst team, you have a very good chance that you're going to pick 5th. Thank you.
No, I hate that.
Yeah.
I've never understood that. I got upset about it last year. I've gotten upset for a long time about this.
Okay.
So can we go back and see who the 5th picks have been? You want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stop sharing that. I'm going to pull something else up. Let's start with who the 5th picks have been. Okay. And then we'll kind of go from there. So we got Jaden Ivey last year. I think we all think Ivey can be an absolute stud, right? We all agree with that. Suggs was 21. Isaac Okoro was that's not great. Darius Garland, he's a good player, right? Like he's a really good player. Trae Young was okay. It's funny that it says Mavericks because he got traded. De'Aaron Fox is good. Chris Dunn, not so good. Mario Hezonja, not so good. Dante Exum, not so good. Alex Len, not so good. Thomas Robinson, not so good. Jonas Valanciunas, okay. Boogie Cousins could have been phenomenal. Rubio, Kevin Love, Jeff Green. I mean, like, you got, like, what would you say? Just going through that, like a 30% hit rate on that?
Yep. Dude, that is what I'm so fascinated about is you need in the NBA draft, depends on the year, of course, but you need a top 3 pick to really have a change. Most, otherwise, you're at a 30%, maybe. Unbelievable.
I think that is the thing that really does bother me, because here's the way I would do it. You see this right here, what I'm looking at? I would have everybody, your 14%, fine, make the top 3 fully equal, right? But I'm fine with that if you want to decrease tanking, but then our highest chance pick should be number 2.
Yeah.
Houston should be 3, San Antonio 4, right? Like, that's the way it should go. Or it should be, give us a slight advantage to get 1. But like the fact that it's such a high percentage at 5, like have that percentage higher amongst the others. But I get it. It's to decrease tanking. All right, we're back. You ready?
Ready.
Number 4, who cares? Houston Rockets. Screw you, Chicago.
Oh, no.
Screw you, Chicago.
Can Chicago get the number 1?
Yeah, anybody in the lottery can get number 1. They just got number 1. I have to listen.
Hold on.
They got 1.
Head on a swivel.
They got 1. Chicago got 1. Oh, is it the Spurs? Where was Chicago? Did I miss this? I missed this. I'm an idiot.
No,
it is the Spurs. It's the Spurs. It's rigged.
It is rigged.
It's rigged.
It really is.
The
Why?
Spurs,
Why
it's
is it
rigged.
rigged?
Why is it this way? Can I ask you a better question? Not why is it this way? It's why do they announce them so fast?
Right.
You have a 30-minute show and they announced all 14 picks within 45 seconds. It's like basically watching a game of Minute to Win It on how fast can Mark Tatum open envelopes. Like that's what it is, and it drives me nuts.
We went from where we at. We picked fifth, commercial break, Spurs. Just wow, it's incredible. Just what we thought. No, come on, let's see. And
No, okay, let's be clear. It's not rigged. It's not. But I'm allowed to be unhappy.
Yep.
I'm allowed to be unhappy. So
wow.
This I didn't even realize that the Bulls were out. They had to give their pick to the Magic.
Oh, okay,
They were
okay.
11. Yeah. That's what screwed us all up. Yeah.
The Spurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No one likes the Spurs, man. You know,
Wemby looks happy about it. Like, oh man, this is just one of those things.
Oh, I don't know what to say, Craig. I just we wanted a top 3 pick. I mean, let's just be real serious about it now.
Okay, so here's what we got to pivot to, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We're going to pivot to who can we draft at 5. That's where we're going to go with this now.
Yep.
And I want to hear everybody's thoughts on this. Chris, start looking at comments you want to get. So we know Wembanyama is going to be off the board. We know Scoot Henderson's going to be off the board by number 5. From what I'm hearing, everything I'm listening to, and chatter's going to get real heavy. It's going to get real heavy after this. Everybody else is open.
Okay.
There's a chance Miller falls to 5. It's unlikely, but there are multiple NBA teams that do not believe Brandon Miller has the ceiling. So they have him further down the board at like 5, 6, 7, 8 range.
Okay.
If the right GMs, if the right GMs are in that top, Miller could fall. Here's what I'm going to say, and I said this when there was only 60 people watching this when we went on early. I don't care if we were picking at 3, 4, or 5. My draft pick would not change. My draft pick the whole time would have been this guy right here, Cam Whitmore.
Mm-hmm.
He is a guy that was a 40% shooter with what do you want to call it? When it was assisted, like the stand and shoot, the catch and shoot. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. The catch and shoot, it's there.
Yeah.
His athleticism is nuts. It really is. His athleticism is kind of through the roof. And he's one of these guys. I think a lot of Pistons fans are a little gun shy on him because, Villanova, that's where we got Sadiq Bey. It's going to be just like Sadiq Bey. No. This guy is more like, I don't want to say Cam Johnson. It's almost more like without the fluidity of Jaylen Brown. This is kind of like Jaylen Brown. And I'm not saying what Jaylen Brown is for the Celtics now is what Cam Whitmore is. I'm saying Cam Whitmore looked like Jaylen Brown coming out, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like the athleticism, the ability to be a rim threat, the speed off the bounce, the defense, like the dude can straight play defense. And that's what Troy Weaver has said he needs. He needs a guy that can shoot threes, but more importantly, play defense on the wing. I think he can do that at 6'7", 225. He's got a big enough frame to do that.
Okay. Let's look at some possibilities here. Ready?
Okay.
Mock draft.
Oh, cool.
So you got, we got 1. See, Brandon Miller 2, Scoot 3, whatever. Who's this?
Jarris Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is
Where's your
a
guy? Oh, seven's Whitmore. Sorry, go ahead. I
yep.
was looking for Whitmore the whole time. I couldn't find him. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Jarris Walker out of Houston, when I watch, and if you go watch highlights of this guy, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a more athletic version of Isaiah Stewart.
Okay.
Really good defensively, not a great finisher at the rim. In fact, a terrible finisher at the rim. I think he has good shooting upside, all that kind of stuff. I really do. But he's, that would be interesting to me because you'd have two guys that you could run out there at 6'8", it says 220 there. I've seen 240 as well.
Okay. Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
basically it's 2'6", 240 guys, and you have two guys that are like combo 4-5s that can switch on anybody, that can play, they have enough size to play anybody. That would be
Yeah.
really interesting. Jarris Walker would be an interesting pick for sure.
So
Scroll down a little more too, because there's
yeah.
another guy there at 5. I mean, if you scroll down a little bit, it's right there at 9. Taylor Hendricks and Rock Howard. That's who you're talking about when you say Whitmore or the dude from UCF. Taylor Hendricks is 6'9", 210, stretch 4. He shoots 40% from deep. He's long, got a good wingspan, can make a difference on defense, switch. I wouldn't say yet 2 through 5 or 1 through 5, but definitely 3 through 5-ish. Yeah.
Okay. Because really, if it goes chalk, Wemby, Miller, Henderson, then it's really the Rockets pick, see what they do.
Yep.
And then you're left with all these guys, man. I mean, really,
Yeah.
like you mentioned it before, if we don't have the number 1 pick, then it really opens up to just discussion because, or in the top 3, really, because then you go chalk with Miller and Henderson after Wemby, and now there's a lot of work that we can do now. I can do now of like who.
Yeah.
It's wide open, and that's good and bad. It just is. It's, you can say both. You can say, hey, this is good for us, and this is really bad for us because it's so wide open. There's not that first tier. Wemby's number 1. And then, you've got the second tier. And then after that, it's wide open, which is, again, it's good and bad.
Yeah. And this is interesting. And Trent, I hear what you're saying. And
oh, sorry, man.
Oh, did you do it too?
Yep.
If we draft an Isaiah Stewart at 5, wow. And he's not Isaiah Stewart. He's like Isaiah Stewart on steroids. And I don't mean stronger. I mean, he's faster. He can jump higher. He's more fluid. All those kind of things.
Yep. Yeah. And I agree with Eric. I think
Eric always brings good takes, man.
I appreciate it. Hey, and appreciate you becoming a member, man.
Nice.
Daniel Traeger. What's up? But yeah, Eric Johnson.
Thanks,
Daniel, thank you.
Eric, shout out.
Eric's always got good takes. Eric, become a member, you animal. You're so active on our channel. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you are.
This is what I believe. At what point, and are we there yet, Craig, where the patience is running out? We were all very patient. I think we were all on the same page when Weaver got here. Hey, man, do what you got to do. Tank, strip it down to the studs. We're all happy with that. Let's do it right. But is the patience running out where we have to make something happen this year in this offseason, or is it still just be patient time?
Yeah, I think there's something that people need to remember, and that's I'm not sure how to answer this because I want to go with a slightly different answer. The answer is I think we need to start making something happen, but then at the same time, Troy Weaver, Tom Gorse apparently have shown they don't really care how long it takes. They said, we're going to do it. We're going to do it right. Beat writers have said on multiple sources that the Pistons have already expressed to their head coaching candidates that the expectation is not that they win right away. Wow. So they're not saying like, you got to win now. That's not what they're telling people. I think that's so interesting. And so I don't know how else to say it other than here's one thing we have to remember. We have the 5th pick. I would have liked 2 or 3 because it's better trade ammo.
Yep.
We have anywhere from 20 to 45 million in cap room. So when you have that much cap room, you can get great players currently on an NBA roster, right, to your team with a trade when you have capital and money. I think there's also a couple guys like a Cam Johnson. I think Cam Johnson would be a phenomenal pickup in free agency. I think there's players out there that can help us be more of a win now. And when Cade's healthy, that will help us be a win now team. We keep
Absolutely.
forgetting we have a number 1 pick coming back.
Yep.
It's like another draft pick.
Yep. And really the cap space is a huge deal. We learned that last year where you have to have the space to be able to make moves, do things. So I do expect us to make moves. It's just, man, you don't want to, we've gotten this far in the hole, if you will. Like, let's not mortgage it all and blow it up and then just be bad for another 6 years. But it does feel like we need to get going. But Eric's point here is exactly what we're talking about, where we're just going, we just have to be better next year, right? Just by default, by Cade coming back. And then I think, I mean, come
oh my
on.
goodness. If we don't win 25, if we win 20 games again next year, this fan base will implode. They will absolutely go nuts, because then it's like, what is happening? Especially if Cade's healthy, Ivy's healthy, Duran's healthy, Stewart's healthy. Like, if you have guys that are actually healthy and it still is that bad, you're just like, what is happening?
Yeah, and
that's so bad. That would be so bad.
You've been on the like the side of, you're not just like dogging Dwayne Casey and Dwayne Casey sucks and we need to get him.
No,
but you are also agreeing, or you also feel it was time. And I do feel like a coach can really make a difference, or at least impact this roster and a new voice. So you and I both are not like Dwayne Casey sucks, but it's also a new voice could really help us big time. And that's something we have to get right.
Yeah, and I think Dwayne Casey's good at developing players. I think he's good at creating good fundamentals and doing the right things like that. I think Dwayne Casey is past his prime in putting them in good spots to succeed. And I think that's one of the things people miss. Players develop faster when they have good opportunities to succeed. When they're getting more open shots, when they have open lanes to the hoop. Like, confidence builds confidence, right? I mean, like, exactly. That's the way it works. So yeah, it was time for Casey to go. I think he's great. I'm glad he's still in the front office. It allows us to pick a young head coach, a green head coach, because Casey's there to help him with the other stuff.
100%. I do love that Casey's in the front office. I think that's a great thing when you transition. I mean, he can help with this, or strengths, weaknesses, kind of expedite that learning process of the roster. But then also that new coach, man, take this, run with it. I think just little things of just like I don't know. Just there's a lot of little things that can just be tweaked. And then, just again, like you said, we can't win 20 games next year. That would just be very difficult on everyone.
It would be difficult. And I would hate that. And I think what would be even worse than that is just injuries again.
Yeah, that's another. We can't have that. We can't, man. This.
I think the hope was, like, if you get Wemby, like, you think to yourself, no, we could be good next year.
Yeah,
like, we could actually be good, and then you don't, and it's just like, oh man. And if the rebuild lasts too long, all of a sudden you got to start paying those guys from the first year and the second year, and all of a sudden you're up against it with the cap, and you're the Orlando Magic, and you're just, every single year it's a struggle. Carson, your Grady Dick jersey. I don't think we'll get Grady Dick at 5, but we might. I don't think we need another guard, but
where's Grady? Grady Dick. What up?
Yeah, and he's fine. He's a good shooter.
Yep.
He's a late lottery guy. He's not a number 5 lottery guy.
Man, we're just licking our wounds. I didn't expect 5. I really didn't.
I think this makes free agency even more exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because now it's not like, nope, we're not gonna. It's not one of those things where it's like, yep, we're just gonna settle. We have extra cap space. We're gonna keep what we have and go back. I think it's a realization of, nope, this roster's still not complete. We need more than just a bunch of young guys.
Yep.
And there's certain things where it's like, man, would it work? And I'm telling you right now, the Jaylen Brown to Detroit would have been a lot louder if the Sixers had won against the Boston Celtics. And still, if Boston doesn't win it, there's rumors that he wants out of town. And there's rumors that Boston wants Dame Lillard. So what does a 3-team trade look like where we get Brown, they get Lillard, we send a pick, we send Bogey, stuff like that. And all of a sudden we have our superstar. He was a second-team All-NBA player. It's not we have our star, we have our superstar.
Yeah, let's go. And I just everybody is
right. They're so mad. I was okay. Pistons fans. All right, Chris, I'm going to say this. I was telling Chris beforehand, because here at Sports Talk Detroit, we talk Pistons, we talk Lions, and things are going in a really good direction for the Lions. And so Lions fans right now are all pretty happy. It's pretty chill. Comments are good. Everybody's excited about what the Lions are doing, what we're doing. Like everything's just positive and upbeat. You throw down a Pistons video and people are either like, yes, absolutely, I love it. Or they're like, screw you. You're an idiot. I hate the Pistons. I always love the people who are like, I hate the Pistons, who watches the NBA. And it's like, you just watched a video on the Pistons.
Yep. We love it. It was like that back in the Lions when they were terrible. It's like, I'm done. Yep. It's like, really, what are you gonna do on a crisp fall Sunday?
The apple orchard.
Yeah. I'm going to an apple orchard rather than what? You're not.
Going with my family to an apple orchard. And you should. It's called a bye week.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh my gosh.
Take your family. Men, take your families to an apple orchard.
Take them.
And it's a perfect time this year. It's week 9. That's going to be like October, November. Perfect.
Late October. Yep. And we even have some, like Monday night games in there so that go on that weekend.
Thursday, Monday. You guys are going to have 5 or 6 weekends, 5 or 6 Sunday afternoons to just be good dads.
Yeah.
Be good husbands. This isn't a Lions thing. Pistons play at all times.
Yep. So this is unbelievable. I think it's just funny because everyone's like, we're gonna get 5, Spurs are getting 1. It's rigged, and then it
happened.
Then it happened. So it's like, well,
I was actually really excited to watch the Nuggets Lakers game because I just think watching Jokic is one of the coolest things on earth. Like watching what he does, he shouldn't be able to do these things, and he does them. And now I'm not even excited about the game.
I was so excited. I was so excited because it's like, we're back. Like, let's see what the best teams are doing because we're gonna be there. So it's good to kind of see what they're doing.
Yeah, next year
when we meet them and
see Anthony Davis and be like, oh, what's up, Tiny? Wembanyama is gonna destroy you.
When we're in the Eastern Conference Finals, it'll be kind of cool. So I can't wait. And then, dude,
I just can't wait. I really hope Jokic, this slow, gumpy guy, takes down LeBron and AD. Like, it was amazing that the Nuggets beat the Suns. I don't care if there were injuries. Like when you got Booker out there and Durant, and even when they had Ayton
and got killed too. They killed him.
No, I'm going to put up. And the game that he put up 50 or 49, they lost. The Nuggets lost that game. It was just nuts.
Oh,
yeah. There's a lot of swears on the comments. We're not going to put those up, just so you know. But I do like this one because it's my first thought, Sean. The Spurs get another Tim Duncan that can shoot. Imagine what Pop is going to do with him. Yeah.
Am I crazy, Craig, or were the Spurs literally bad for 1 year? They've been good. They're like good for 20 years.
They were good for 20 years. They were in purgatory for 5. They sucked last year, and
now they're back.
They're the number 1.
Congratulations.
It's like some teams just get good players over and over. The Lakers get good players over and over. The freaking Green Bay Packers get the best quarterbacks over and over. Like, it's frustrating. I can say that, right? Like it's frustrating. Like and then we've had amazing players, at least in the Pistons organization in Detroit. We did something with it, right?
Yep.
3 times
go.
NBA Finals champs. Like that's great. That's great. I would like to see an NBA championship in the 20s, though. Not in my 20s. Those are way over. But in the 20s, the 2020s, I would love to see another championship. I don't care if it's 28, 29. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, Eric, thank you, Eric, for all the information you've provided this evening.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
Oh my gosh, Craig.
Good. Hey, what does this mean? Remember, the NBA didn't want to give Pistons Cade, but
don't know.
But they did.
I don't know.
Remember when we had the number 1 pick, all the hype that we were going to go with Green instead?
So no, tell me what happened.
So, the Houston got the 2nd pick. They end up going Green after we go Cade, but there were all these rumors that the Pistons were interested in another player, and everybody assumed it was Green.
Yes.
The reality is it was what's his name? Tall guy, played at USC, playing with the Cavs. And that was who we almost picked instead of Cade, which makes sense. But NBA is different now.
I'm just sitting here chewing on my mic, and that was such a letdown, man. Because after 5, they go to commercial.
Hey, you keep saying it's a letdown, but there's a bunch of people that are going to watch all of our videos talking about who the 5th pick could be.
That's right.
Like,
let's go.
I think it's, yeah.
We're going to trade it. We're going to do, oh man, Tricky. I almost put that up there, Tricky, but I didn't. Mike Keel, thank you.
It's not stuff we're gonna put up there.
Yeah. Become a member of the channel. It is our best way. It's your best way to support us. We're gonna go hard at the Pistons. Dude, thank you, vision wise.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to just think. I'm excited to see seriously what Troy Weaver does. Like, there's no way we just sit there, pick 5th, and just, oh, this is so fun. We're going to do something.
Yep.
There you go.
And this is the guy. I kept saying it over and over. I kept going, and I kept saying, all right, Cam Whitmore. I was trying to fall in love with a guy that we could take at 5. I did a little bit. I'm going to keep watching film. We're going to keep talking. Now at 5, there's 7 guys that we could at least take a look at. And I think that it will at least be fun to be able to talk about who could we get, what could their impact be. Let's be honest. We wanted top 3. Anything other than number 1, when you have what everybody is saying by far the best talent since LeBron and the most unicorn talent the NBA has ever seen coming into the draft, anything other than number 1 was going to be a letdown.
Yeah.
And we went into this draft, into this lottery with an 86% chance to be let down. Okay, we got let down.
Yep.
I think Cam Whitmore has the chance to be the 2nd best player in this draft. Do I think he will be? No. But we've seen over and over again that the number 2 pick is not always the 2nd best player. It's just the way it works.
Yeah.
It's just the way it works.
Oh, man. It's going to be, free agency, trades, the draft. There's a lot to come.
I'm sorry. I did. Yeah. There's something that I'm like, squirrel. Can you imagine Oklahoma City plays San Antonio next year and you just have those 2 tall, lanky dudes? Just like, what is going on? It's going to be the weirdest thing we've ever seen on a basketball court.
Yeah. Dude, it's just 2 giant, skinny. Makes me think of that one. Remember in the NBA or the NFL draft that defensive back with the skinniest legs you've ever seen?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy out of Mississippi State, Forbes.
Dude, you always remember his name. That's hilarious to me. I don't know why. But
yeah. Yeah,
What a
Forbes, like chicken legs. What did the guy say? Like pencil legs. He was
pencil legs. Cade sucks, by the way. Brandon Ramsey. No,
get out of
Brandon.
here.
Come on. What's
Get
Eric
out
got
of here.
on Wembanyama? But the big guys like always have a heart. I get it. Yep.
Oh, we know.
It's weird. It's weird. It's too weird. And that's the angle. Like if we got Wemby, it's like, dude, obviously we're pumped. If we don't get him, then it's like, he's injury prone. We don't want that. But he's not injury prone. But he's got.
I remember last year, me and you not arguing because we don't argue that often, but just like debating over if we should go. And then I always blank on his name, Chet Holmgren.
Jet.
And we just couldn't get there. Like, because we're like, dude's gonna be hurt. There's a conversation up here that this one right here, Kurt, you had already put this up here. Talk about how the Wings didn't get Bedard. And for those of you who don't know who Bedard is, like he is the next Wayne Gretzky, Sid the Kid. Like there are these 3 or 4 guys in hockey where it's like they're good and they're going to be good from day one, and they're going to be possibly one of the best in the sport day one. And so we lost out on that. Guess who got him? The Blackhawks are going to get him, which is just painful. At least in this one, it's not like we didn't get number 1 and the Bulls got it or some
the
crap
Pacers,
like or the Pacers. Exactly. They were both in the running for it. At least it's not in the division. At least it's on the Western Conference. But if he stays healthy, he's going to be one of those guys that like it's going to be like the Giannis. It's going to be like the LeBron. It's going to be like the Joel Embiid, where it's just like, how do you, Anthony Davis at times, if he's on, how do you get by him in the playoffs? How? You just don't.
How do you get I'm just gonna go in the lane here. He's standing in the lane. You're like, hey man, can you move, please?
Yeah, like you're not gonna get a shot off.
Who's gonna guard him? We're gonna put our.
I think there's people to guard him, but if he puts on 20 pounds, like I think there's people like Anthony Davis can guard him. Like there's people maybe,
but like Anthony Davis, for example, you bring Anthony. So example right there, Anthony Davis now is away from the basket because he's out on the perimeter. So now you're doing all kind. Just the amount of things because you pull Anthony Davis out. Now he's like shooting 3. Now we can go buy him. I don't know if he can, but whatever. This is just what a cool. It's good for everybody. He's gonna be fun to watch. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't. Whoo-wee. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of unique stuff. Anthony Black is a possibility. Carson Wallace is a possibility. Cam Whitmore, Jarris Walker. The Thompson twins are a possibility. I just really hope, like, the amount of athleticism on the court, if you had Ivy and Amen Thompson, if he was still there and available, I don't think he will be. That would be insane. But somebody has to shoot. And Ivy's proven that he can shoot now, which is great. But, oh, man. That athleticism is stupid. I just don't know how it works to win. So, anyways, okay, whatever.
All right,
what do you think, Chris?
Let's get out of here. We need to just hey, stay in there, hang out. Stay
insane, everybody. Stay sober.
Yep. We got videos coming. We're all right. We're okay. Thanks everybody for coming in for the super chats. Eric Johnson, thank you so much. And Craig, it's been an honor and a pleasure.
And a privilege.
And
everybody else out there, thank you so much. We got a member. We got a little gift. That was great. So I'm thankful for this community. Truly, you could watch this anywhere. You chose to watch it here. We're thankful for that. Thank you so much. And we will see you at the NBA draft for sure.
For sure. Let's go.
I haven't even checked my calendar. I hope I'll be there.
Let's do it. We'll be live for the NBA draft. Yep. Be there.
All right. Sounds good. See y'all later.
See ya.